Alright, YouTube, what's up? Yeah, I went to the golf club yesterday. And, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. I was in a, dance contest, a dance-off, where it was me and this other guy competing for this one, punk rock chick. I was this close to season victory, but, sometimes in life, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. It's a part of life. You know, you look at professional sports, you look at professional basketball, there are a lot of great basketball players who don't have NBA championships. Now, that don't mean they're terrible basketball players. They're great. They just never won a championship. Then you have average basketball players who go to the NBA Finals and win a championship. They're average, but they're not great, but yet they won a championship. Now, I've been noticing on YouTube that a lot of men are angry and frustrated because they're having a very hard time trying to physically, sexually attract women. So I thought I would come make a video that might help you, because I know there's a lot of YouTubers of made videos. I know Alan Roger Curry recently made a YouTube video trying to explain to a lot of men that you're going to have to find some way to be physically, sexually attractive to women if you want to get a woman. You got some men that are upset with that video. You even got some men who have to even go through the struggle. Buggy C Production made a video, and then let me see who else made a YouTube video. Red Pill made a video. Because a lot of guys still don't want to accept the fact that you may have to do some things that you don't like. So I thought I would make a video called Sex Game, The 4 Seasons. Now, this is a new video because it's going to be helping men from the age of 18 to 29. And I have extended the age limit to 18 to 40. Because I don't want no guys that's in their 20s, in their 30s, or in their 40s saying, hey man, why is the age limit age 18 to 29? Why is the age limit just to 30? So I'm going to extend it from ages 18 to 40. So this video is for you. It doesn't matter if you're a black man, a white man, a Mexican man. It doesn't matter if you're Asian, Indian, or Samoan, from the ages of 18 to 40 years old. And I might even change my mind and say 18 to 45. Because I don't want nobody saying, well, I'm 41, I'm 42, I'm 43, I'm 44. So I might as well say 18 to 45. Now, the 4 Seasons is about taking the concept of sports. If it's professional basketball, the basketball season lasts for 9 months. 9 months is the same time it takes for a woman to bear a child. If it's professional football, football season lasts for about, give or take, 5 to 6 months. Baseball is like 10 months, 10 or 11 months. Hockey, same thing. It's like 9. Hockey and basketball is like 9 months. Every sport, there's a season. All sports have a season. They have a start date and then they have an end date. They have a beginning point, they have an end point. I want to take myself for an example. My birthday is in January. January 19th, to be exact. I love the month of January. But when I was a kid, my mom used to always tell me, whenever I got in my 20s and 30s, and you decide you want to ask women out to lunch and dinner, always make sure it's spring and it's summer. I used to always say why. And then my mom would tell me, when you get older, you'll find out why. Now, I would try in January, which was winter, and I would get rejected over and over and over again, to no amazement. But for reasons I either understood or didn't understand, when we got to spring break, whether women found me physically, sexually attractive or not, I could get any woman to talk to me if it was spring. It didn't matter if it was black women, white women, Mexican women. If it was spring when I was going to school and college, I can get any woman to talk to me. It didn't matter if it was young women, old women, or a combination of the two. It didn't matter if they were tall, short, younger, old, black, or white. She could have been in athletic shape. She could have been fat. But I got the attention in spring. So every time I went to college, I always skipped winter and went to spring. Spring was like my strongest point when it came to getting female attention. That's when that's when I had the fresh shave, the fresh haircut, the new clothes, and they would pay attention. But when I tried that in the winter, it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rejections in the winter session. So I stopped going to winter school in college. It was like that in high school too. And then when it turned February and it was spring, whether I wanted the attention or not, I got it. Same thing when we got to the summer. It was also my strongest point. Now, as you know, summertime lasts 3 months. 90 days, 3 months to do whatever you want. Play basketball, football, baseball, play your PlayStation 4, play your Xbox 360, go on road trips, go to driving school and learn how to drive behind the wheel of a car, go to the gym to get into athletic shape. Whatever you wanted to do, you had 3 months of the summertime. You had June, you had July, and you had August. You had 3 months to do whatever you want. You can go to the beach. You can go to the park. And guess what? That also was my strongest set. When we got to summertime, again, I got more attention from women. Black women, white women, Mexican women, Asian, Indian, Samoan women. I would get anywhere from like 50 to like 70 to 75% of attention in the summertime. And you want to know the funny part is? It didn't matter if these women found me physically, sexually attractive or not. And the best part about it is I would have all this fun and I would not be focused on the attention. It would just come automatic. But then when we got to the fall, my game was ice cold. Again, 3 rejections, 5 rejections, 15, 20, 30 rejections. I mean, they would go on for years, 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of rejection, non-stop rejection. Until one day I started to ask my dad, how come every time it's spring break and it's summertime, I have no trouble with women? And my dad told me, what, you mean to tell me you don't know how this process works? And I go, what process? He says, it's called the 4 seasons. When it's winter, you could tell a woman your name 50 to 100 times, and a woman don't care what your first and last name is. You could tell a woman, I like riding bikes, and she don't care. But here comes a guy that drives a Harley Davidson motorcycle. She pays him all the attention in the winter. Okay, spring break, you see that same girl again, and she don't pay attention to you until you go buy you a pair of some Michael Jordans. You're in season. Whenever basketball season would come, I would get some black women, some white women paying attention. When it was football season, I would get attention from black women and Mexican women. And I noticed that when the basketball season was over and it was summertime, I had 3 months. I would go to Venice Beach, I would get attention. I would go to the mall or the movies, I would get attention. And see, I thought I would explain this to you men that are from the age of 18 to 45. So if you're in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, this is to help you out a big deal. Sometimes, and I say sometimes it's going to be a painful process where it's going to be 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You're going to strike out. Like if you like baseball, you're going to strike out 3 times and get sent back to the dugout until you figure out how to get it right. Now, if you want to be a master on how to master all 4 seasons, it all starts with taking that hard look in the mirror and doing self-improvement. Now, I've made self-improvement videos in the past, and a lot of guys will watch them and go, self-improvement, yeah, right. And that's what's wrong with a lot of men's mentality. Stop thinking self-improvement means to be a pickup artist or a dating coach. Because pickup artists and dating coaches don't teach self-improvement. All they say is go approach, go approach, go approach. And you do that and you still get rejected. The reason why I said it all starts with taking a look in the mirror is that sometimes winter may not be your time to shine. It might be spring. Sometimes it may not be winter or spring. Sometimes it might be summertime. That might be the only 3 months out of the whole year where you get all the respect, all the attention, and all the shine from women. Black women, white women, Mexican women, Asian, Indian, Samoan women. Sometimes it ain't winter, it ain't spring, it ain't summer. Sometimes it might be fall. And that might be the only time you get the spotlight. You're the big dog on campus. You're the man with the plan. And then you have times where in all 4 seasons, you get no respect, no attention. You say hi to every woman and she gets the roll in her eyes. Can I help you? What you want? Why are you talking to me? Why are you looking at me? Get away from me. You tell her name, she don't tell you her name. She be like, my name is no name. Now get away from me. And you be like, man, all I did was introduce myself. Then you have something in the 4 seasons that they don't talk about. And you know what they don't talk about in 4 seasons? It's called a leap year. You know what a leap year is? A leap year is where, for an example, let's say your birthday falls on the 18th. But then for whatever reason, your birthday falls on the 19th or the 20th. It's called a leap year. Then you have a year that skips. Then you have something in the 4 seasons that men know exists, but they don't want to talk about it. You're going to have a bad year. Oh, yes. If you're a real man and you're honest with yourself, if you're a real black man, a real white man, a real Mexican man, a real Asian, Indian, or Samoan man, 99.99%, we all have good days, bad days. We have good moments, we have bad moments. We have all been there. We have all had that one time where we were this close to seizing the moment. I was going to finally get the phone number and ask her out to lunch and dinner, and then this guy pops out of nowhere and stole my opportunity from me. I've been there. My best friend Zach Deloney's been there. Almost every man I've spoken to have experienced it. Whether it was high school, college, at work, at the gym, the nightclub, the bar, every man can relate, young or old, that they've had this one opportunity with this one girl, and this guy came out of nowhere like Superman and stole your opportunity and didn't care that you put some hard work and dedication into it. Yes, it happens to the best of us. I mean, you even look in Hollywood. There are moments where certain actors be like, I worked my whole butt off to win that Oscar, and you gave the Oscar to this jackass? Like, can you see the look on George Clooney's face? Out of all the movies he's been in, 2 or 3 of those Oscars that George Clooney could have had, they give them to an actor that you've never heard of. Same thing with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. They do good Oscar award-winning movie performances, but who they give the Oscar to? Someone you ain't never heard of. Somebody you didn't even know was doing movies or television shows. And that's just if you're an actor in film and television. Then you got screenwriters that have the same problem. I done wrote Jonas of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones movie 20 years ago, and they give this Oscar to somebody that didn't nobody even know to write film scripts. You got film directors who had this happen to them. I directed the best movie of the year, and you give it to a person that don't nobody know nothing about in Hollywood. It happens to the actors, it happens to the screenwriters, and the film directors. You've had those moments where it was your time to shine. It was your time to season in the moment. And then some guy comes out of nowhere like Superman and steals your opportunity. Go, oops, my bad, sorry. Oh, my bad, man, I'm sorry. Fist pound, dog, it's all good. And you be like, you stole my opportunity with this hot chick. Then you got the guys who will try to talk to a fat girl, right? and the fat girls will blow you off, and you be like, man, they said if I talk to a fat girl, it'll help my motivation and confidence. Or I'm gonna talk to the golf girl or the punk rock chick, and I still get rejected. Cause sometimes you might have a bad year. Then you have that time where you try everything from the beginning of the year to the end of the year and it don't work. And you know what they tell you in the Four Seasons? Maybe this just wasn't your year. And sometimes you have to sit down, take a break, and think and reflect that in the Four Seasons, when do you get the most respect? When do you get the most attention? When are you most in demand? It could be winter, it could be spring, it could be summer, it could be fall. See, this is something that pickup artists and dating coaches 90% of the time will never talk about in their 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour seminar. And if they do, they're going to charge anywhere from $500 to $3,000 cash to tell you this information that I'm telling you for what? Free. It's called the Four Seasons. The Four Seasons mean you may not get the attention in winter. So all of January go by, for a whole month you experience rejection. Okay, it's February, it's spring break. You might try and the girl go, well, you got to demonstrate to me what masculinity is. Okay, that's two seasons you lost. All right, summertime, I got 3 months. So now the basketball series lead in the NBA playoffs is 3-2. I got 3 phone numbers, but got rejected 2 times, so I'm 3-2. Okay, it's fall, I get rejected. Then you have what they call I finally broke through, where usually I lose every single time when it's winter. But then all of a sudden, for the first time in 5 years or 10 years, all of a sudden a girl looks at you in winter and go, he's cute. I'm still going to reject him, but he's cute. All of a sudden, for the first time in spring, you normally get all the attention in spring, but then it's the first time you get rejected in spring. Okay, you get all the attention in the summertime. Now it's the first time you get no attention in the summertime. And then you get to fall, you expect to get no attention in the fall, and all of a sudden they pull a Houdini on you and all of a sudden you get attention in the fall. Translation, Four Seasons. I'm trying to make this video to originate with you guys because I understand it's tough in the dating game. It's hard in the dating game. It's hard on everyone. You could be your absolute best and a whole year go by, no attention. And then all of a sudden a year later or 2 years later or 3 or even 4 years later, you get all the attention. Translation, Four Seasons. I didn't want to make this video too long for you. So until then, peace.